of the Indian diaspora in Canada, India has extended consular services for Indian nationals in Canada. The consulate services which has been extended include passport insurance, attested, police clearance certificate and passport renewal. Earlier, the Ministry of External Affairs had advised Indian nationals, students in Canada and those planning on travelling to the country to exercise caution amid the restrained relations between the two countries. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau maintains a stance over the killing of Khalistani Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He reiterated that Ottawa wants to work constructively with India in regard to killing of Nijjar so that they can get to the bottom of the serious matter. However, India has countered Canada's charges by saying that Canada is a safe haven for terrorists.
I just want to simply say that we've shared those allegations, those credible allegations, with India for weeks. We are working with our partners, and what we are asking is for India to commit constructively with Canada to establish the facts on this situation. We're there to work with them, and we have been for weeks now.
In regards to India, Canada has shared the credible allegations that I talked about on Monday with India. We did that many weeks ago, and we are there to work constructively with India, and we hope that they engage with us so that we can get to the bottom of this very serious matter. There are credible reasons to believe that agents of the government of India were involved in the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil. That is something of the utmost and foundational importance in a country of rule of law, in a world where international rules-based order matters. And we call upon the government of India to engage with us to move forward on getting to the truth of this matter. The decision to share these allegations.
We heard from the Canadian Prime Minister publicly about the allegations. We went out publicly ourselves and expressed our deep concern about them, our support for a law enforcement process to get to the bottom of exactly what happened and to ensure that the perpetrators are held accountable. I'm not going to get into the substance of private diplomatic conversations, but we are in constant contact with our Canadian counterparts. We are consulting with them closely. We support the efforts that they are undertaking in this investigation, and we have also been in touch with the Indian government as well.
All right, for more on this, let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy, who joins us live. Srinjoy, a very good morning to you. We're learning that India has extended the consulate services as Canada still maintains its strong stance. I want to know, how will this pave path for the Indians residing in Canada? Over to you.
Well, as far as Indian citizens are concerned, there is no problem, because every Indian citizen can come back to his own country or her own country. There's no problem there. As far as people of Indian origin who are Canadian citizens, very simply, there is something called the OCI. So if you have an OCI, it's almost equivalent to having an Indian passport. You can enter India whenever you wish. So any Indian, anyone of Indian origin with an OCI card can come in and go whenever he or she wishes. So this is for Canadian citizens. The stopping of visa services is for Canadian citizens. It doesn't affect Indians at all. And even if they are Canadian citizens of Indian origin, there is always the OCI card. So theoretically, at least, it doesn't affect anybody at all, except Canadians.
All right, Srinjoy, many thanks for joining us live and giving us all those important details. Meanwhile, amid the rising tensions between India and Canada over the killing of Khalistani Hardeep Singh Nijjar, US has said that India must cooperate with Canada in probe and ensure accountability. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that United States has been in touch with both Canada and India, and it's important that the investigation run its course and lead to the results.
Let me say a few things about this. First, we are deeply concerned about the allegations that Prime Minister Trudeau has raised. We have been consulting throughout very closely with our Canadian colleagues, and not just consulting, coordinating with them on this issue. From our perspective, it is critical that the Canadian investigation proceed, and it would be important that India work with the Canadians on this investigation. We want to see accountability, and it's important that the investigation run its course and lead to that result. I'm not going to characterize or otherwise speak to diplomatic conversations that we've been engaged directly with the Indian government as well.
Moving on, in a strong worded response in